What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is going to be the start of a build series on this Mazda RX-7 naturally aspirated S5 13B rotary. Going to take all this apart, make sure all the internals are good, clean everything up, new seals, apex seals, coolant seals, all that good stuff, and then swap it into my Mazda Miata that I have sitting over there. So if you'll tag along while I take this thing apart today, let's see how this motor looks on the inside. This is the current setup I have in the back of my daily right now. This is going to be my garage for the time being. Tearing apart this motor and cleaning it up. Little seat for myself. Got all the old parts in here. Most likely going to sell them or scrap them off. Make a little extra cash off that. But what we really want is this right here. All the internals, housings, all that. That is the main part I'm after. So I'm gonna rip this thing apart and see how the inside looks. So first things first, gonna take off all of these torsion bolts, or whatever they're called, for the housing. So I'm gonna do a quick time lapse of that. Just breaking these loose. So now we got all those bolts loose. Kind of gotta figure out how to do this. This is my first time, so gonna learn as we go. So basically, figured out you gotta take oil pan off first before you can get any of the housings apart. So working on getting these motor mounts off and going from there. That is the wrong socket. Let's see if I even have the right one. All this off. Okay, get this crusty motor mount off. This little oil. Let's see if we can wipe that off. Oil sensor, I believe it is. clean this off. The whole trunk is gonna be disgusting, but it's part of the video, part of the grind. So, done quite a bit of research trying to figure out what I need to do to tear this apart and get it running. The only thing that I did not know is you had to take the oil pan off first, which makes sense now. So I'm gonna probably keep, well, no, I gotta get all of this off, don't I? So that what socket size is that? Not that. Not that. That is lucky winner. A lot of 17 millimeters on this. My block of wood go. And I'm gonna get this block of wood down in there. Help get this thing raised up. Motor mount bolt. Motor mount bolt. Motor mount bolt. Voila. Second motor mount is out. Keep that up there so we don't break anything. I did find out there's two, it's like up here and down here. There were two more of those, I don't know what they're called, torsion bolts or something. So I went ahead and took those off. Guess let's get the oil pan off for now and see what we got going on in the oil. Hopefully nothing. Get my handy dandy Milwaukee again. I have this tray from Harbor Freight that I'm gonna try to keep everything organized in. So I'm gonna start throwing stuff in there. Mainly bought it for all the apex seals, corner seals, side seals, all that stuff, just to make sure all that is, you know, organized. So good purchase. It was like $7, so would recommend.
It actually smells so bad in here.
Put down one of those for insurance purposes. Ooh, buddy. Hey, let me go grab a light. Okay, let's check out this oil pan, see if everything is good. I mean, this engine was sitting for, I don't even know how long, but with it sitting that long, there's like no metal shavings in here or anything like that, so I'm fairly happy with that. Yeah, good enough for me. Pickup tube really just has extra gasket from 1989, so get this thing off, bring that to work tomorrow to get cleaned. Here's the disgusting crap. Try to get that off. Soak that up as best as I can because I don't want oil all over my trunk. Really don't. I'll probably bring this into work tomorrow and clean it up. Give it a good brake clean bath. I work in a shop, so just go in there as I please and clean my stuff off. So, maybe get this oil pickup tube off. I guess that's kind of next. Put those in there. Ooh, minty fresh. Actually, it does not look bad at all. So, I'm very happy with this so far, but we'll see how the chrome and the housings look. All that stuff. Ooh. Oh, gasket. Throw that out. See if I can find some more rags. I'm just gonna wipe this off. I don't want oil all over my car. It's gonna be flinging everywhere. So try to clean it off as best I could before tomorrow. But that's kind of the main thing for tonight. It's starting to get dark out, so I don't have a whole ton of time to play with this thing. Probably do the majority of it tomorrow. What was I gonna do? Might take off the front cover, but we'll see. That might be a tomorrow job when there's a little bit more light. This oil pickup out of here. Okay. Good. Happy with it. Just kind of get in there, get the oil out. Hope I didn't break anything when I put the motor on its side, but that's okay. It's all coming apart. So my plan for the Miata is to swap this in there with an RX-8 transmission, a 6-speed from the first generation RX-8, and bolts right up to this. Should be minor hammering or cutting to the Miata tube, or the Miata, wherever the transmission goes, the transmission tube. Minor cutting, minor hammering, and then custom drive shaft. For this motor, going to rebuild it, new seals, all new internal, well, not new internals, but new seals. And then do individual throttle body, do a half bridge port with a street port on the primaries, I believe. And then, because this is a 6-port naturally aspirated engine, so I'm going to do that, do the porting, do the ITBs, do a secondary air valve delete, or secondary intake valve delete. It's going to be a big, long project, but I will be happy with it in the end. So stay tuned for what's next tomorrow. I don't know if I'll cut the video now or make a longer video with tomorrow's footage, but yeah. Thank you for tuning in. we're all gonna learn about rotaries here. Rebuild this, swap it into Miata. Stay tuned for more. Peace.
The next day.
So I ended up taking apart the rotors at work, just taking apart the whole engine at work. It was easier to do that. I had a workspace, but you can do it on like a workbench or a table, like a plastic table. So went ahead and did that with my coworker, but I brought the housings with me. Everything looked immaculate, so going to show you all this. So all of these look really good. There's just a couple spots on the edges. Right here, you can barely catch your finger on it, but these irons look awesome, as you can see. So these are gonna sit there for probably a couple of days, so you're gonna want to put some of this penetrating lubricant like WD-40 or something just to keep the rust off. So basically just going to spray some of this all over the housings, or all of the irons, and then the housings, I'll get a quick look at those as well. If you look at the housings here, they might look dirty or scuffed up, but they really are looking awesome. Can't catch your finger on any of this at all, so I cannot complain about that. If you run your finger on there, nothing. So housings and irons look so good, and then the E-shaft also looks awesome, so I cannot complain about any of that. Also, I'm going to go ahead and insert a picture of the rotors. Those were looking good as well. All the seals were still super springy, and then there was just some carbon buildup on those rotors. So yeah, I'll put a picture in there so you can see that. I left those at work. I'm gonna probably clean them off tomorrow. Yeah, just thought I'd open this up when I get home, show you guys how all this looks, spray some of that on there, just to keep it rust free. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.